Okay, welcome to your video on compound subjects and verbs. These are pretty simple. Alright, compound as a word for our grammatical purposes means multiple, means more than one. The word and is going to be a big factor in forming and finding and everything about compound subjects and verbs. So the compound subject and verb is going to happen within a single phrase or clause. So it could be in an independent clause, it could be in a dependent clause, it could be in an absolute phrase, it could be in a participial phrase, it could be in an adjective clause. Here we have the dog and cat ate lunch. The dog and cat is a compound subject. The dog walked and barked. Walked and barked is a compound verb. Both can happen at once, of course. The bird and mouse, compound subject. Threatened and glowered, compound verb. The reason we use them, why bother, is the reasons are many. First reason could be succinctness, which means brevity, being efficient and short, succinct with word choice. A second reason can be that they help us consolidate and present more of the good stuff. Nouns and verbs are the good stuff, the best stuff of sentences. They contain arguably the most information, the necessary information, so packing them together helps to make sentences better and more succinct. To use them shows impressive foresight, consolidation of information, and sleekness, to use a slightly subjective word that kind of combines all of this stuff. So there's many reasons to use them. This couldn't be a comprehensive list. Examples from Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. First one we have, Joe was evidently made uncomfortable by what he supposed to be my lack of appetite, and took a thoughtful bite out of his slice, which he didn't seem to enjoy. We have a singular subject, Joe. We have two verbs, a compound verb. Was evidently made uncomfortable and took a thoughtful bite out of his slice. Was and took are the two main verbs conjugated to Joe. And they're separated by this prepositional phrase, by what he's supposed to be my lack of appetite, preposition by, and noun clause, what he's supposed to be my lack of appetite, acting as the object of the preposition. So we have a separated compound verb, which is not at all uncommon, makes it a little harder to spot, makes the sentence more sophisticated. Next one, he turned it about in his mouth much longer than usual, pondering over it a good deal, and after all gulped it down like a pill. Same singular subject, he in this case. Compound verb is turned and gulped. He turned it about in his mouth, he gulped it down like a pill. This time separated by pondering it over a good deal, which is a participial phrase. Third example, as soon as the great black velvet pall outside my little window was shot with gray, I got up and went. Singular subject, compound verb, I got up, I went. Downstairs, every board upon the way and every crack in every board calling after me, stop thief and get up, Mrs. Joe. Here, compound subject, every board upon the way and every crack in every board calling after me, singular verb calling. And this compound subject is a compound subject in an absolute phrase. Very useful descriptive phrases there. And examples from Norse Smiths, a little simpler here. Compound subject, Alfrigan, Dvalin, and Burling and Grare, triple compound subject, huddled in one corner of the forge. Single verb, they whispered and murmured and nodded. Compound verb here with a single subject. Next one, small choirs of birds sang, and Odin, Loki, and Hoenir were eager to leave Asgard and resume their exploration of the 9 worlds. Triple compound subject, double compound verb. Notice they don't use the Oxford comma here. Kevin Crossley Holland's the writer of these. And last one, the hall's gold roof and gold walls were glowing. So compound subject for this singular verb. And the green plain of Idavol teemed with activity. The god servants coming and going, compound verb in this absolute phrase. Troops of light elves hurrying about their business. Visitors to Asgard staring in wonder about them. And animals of many kinds grazing or dozing, compound verb here. All of them glad to be alive. All the last two pairs, compound verbs in absolute phrases. If you'd like more practice, you can create sentences yourself with this concept. Write 2 sentences with compound subjects, then 2 with compound verbs, then 2 that have both compound subjects and compound verbs. Make sure that some of the subjects are multi-word to make it more descriptive, more challenging, more useful for you, more like what you'd actually do in writing papers and essays. You can email these to your teacher to check for accuracy, or you can try to identify them in whatever you're reading for English. Pick a page or a couple pages, find all the compound subjects and verbs that are there. Bye!